Hi guys, welcome to the new episode of my BDO diary. I know it's been a minute, and I know I actually said I was planning to do these videos weekly, which actually didn't happen, but it is what it is. I have some great news to share with you today, so let's start right away. First things first, I got my second EDANA armor. I was saving for the last 7 to 8 weeks. In these last 2 weeks, actually, I picked up the pace and I did some grinding, especially in the last week of saving, and I finally got the second armor, which is the glows. The third one is gonna be the headpiece because I cannot go and buy the chest piece since I got the free 3-1. Also, at the same time, I'm trying to enhance it. Anytime I have free crowns, I just go and tap the armor to Tet with no success so far. And we're currently at 25 pity, which is actually halfway through. So I think once I'm done with the headpiece, I'm just gonna focus on the chest piece just to be done with the armors. We're gonna see how it goes. So for the grinding, I'm still grinding Orbita Castle. I've been dying a lot lately in Orbita Castle, but to make it up for it, I actually got really cool drops from Orbita Castle lately. And I also got super cool drops from the Dark Energy Floatlands. So we were doing the grind and we were at the final boss and I actually got 3 Deboreka drops from the last boss. I haven't had something like that happen to me. It was my first time like getting and seeing someone get 3 accessory drops at once, and it was so cool. I felt so cool. And actually, these were the last days of the cheering animation. When you get a drop, they removed it from the game, which is actually a shame. I actually think it would be better if they put like an option to turn off the animation, but instead they decided to take it away from us completely. It was actually what makes the grinding more fun, for me at least, but it is what it is. It happened. I've been wanting to do some gathering for a while now, and I thought it was the perfect time to do so because there is a new treasure. So if you don't know about it, it is called Star of Gnostis, which is a treasure you put in your tent. When you use it, you will be teleported into your manor or into your residence, and you can get your buffs right before the grind starts. And I actually grabbed myself some gathering clothes and some gathering tools and also 2-3 Manos earrings from the marketplace. I thought that I would enjoy doing the gathering instead of like doing the grinds. It was actually so boring. I decided that I was not gonna actually be able to do it, and I even went ahead and sold my Manos gathering tools and my Manos gathering clothes. I decided that it was not my thing. Like, no, I cannot do this. And I decided that I will actually wait until I get the pre-orders from the marketplace. So that journey ended very quickly. I also got a special barter, which is the Aferia Galleon. I went to do some BBFs with my Galleon and it was actually so fun. I got a lot of kills. I enjoy a lot. When you do BBF with your own ship, you were solely focused on PvP instead of getting the nodes. It was so much fun and I enjoyed a lot. And it actually sadly expired. So I don't know how am I gonna go back to Guild Galley because being in that Galleon was so much fun. Don't forget about the EDANA weekly bosses. Since I got my second EDANA armor, I'm actually finally eligible to do the Atarian Castle weekly boss, which is Jordan, and I actually went right away to beat him. And actually on the way there, I accidentally found out there are 5 different event quests you can get to beat the Edania bosses to get 5 pieces of EDANA and some really cool throne furnitures. I actually accidentally entered the event boss instead, and it was really surprising to see that once I figured it out, I rushed to other castles to beat the bosses in that castles, and it was actually super fun. It was my first time seeing Rusalka, and I actually have to admit she's so cool. Like, I wish they add these characters in game one day. It felt like upgraded versions of some classes in the game. Like, for example, Jordan felt like upgraded version of Warrior. Ensar is obviously upgraded version, like the top tier version of a Valkyrie. And Cartian is like upgraded version of Sorceress. And Rusalka felt like upgraded version of Corsair. I mean, I already loved the area of Nymphomere Castle. It's really cool. And the main quest line is also really cool because you have to dive into the water to get the quest items, and it was so cool. I enjoyed doing the quest line for it. even though I didn't complete it yet. But seeing Rusalka, she might be my dream character in the game. Like, I hope they add something like that into the game one day. Also, Capris, he was super, super cool. I already knew that he was someone important in the game. We have Capris Stone and everything, and the main quest line around his journal and stuff like that. But seeing and fighting against him, it was so cool. And I got these furnitures from the quest line and also a piece of EDANA's. I just didn't feel like enhancing my EDANA armors just yet, so I'm just keeping them in my storage for now. For the furnitures, I went right ahead to my manor to place them, and you actually have to place them outside of your manor, and it was so cool. Like, the first thrones are like smaller than the last two thrones. However, they all look so cool. I love the furnitures and I love collecting limited stuff like that. And also, I did something very crazy lately. I had 15 Theia orbs in my inventory, and as you can see, I actually have a pretty good fairy. However, one of her skills was not at max level, and I thought, like, what's the worst that could happen? So I just went ahead and clicked it, and in the first click, I got the Morning Star. And I actually thought about changing the underwater breath skill instead, but I decided not to do it. And for the second one, I got well skill tier 3. At this point, I was really panicking, but I tried to like keep it together. I was like thinking what I was gonna do if I failed the third time. That would mean I need to spend some money on it, which I didn't obviously want it, but there was no going back at this point. Like, I was not gonna stop, and I went ahead and clicked one last time, which was the lucky shot. I hit the bullseye with this one, and I got Fairy Steps tier 5 finally. And now my fairy is the perfect fairy with all max skills and all the skills that I actually wanted to be at max. Like, I prefer getting underwater breath instead of the well skill because I'm not going to the desert anymore. So it's actually the best combination of skills in my fairy, and I'm very happy how it turned out, and it didn't ruin me. So yeah, it was super fun, but also super stressful, but the outcome was great. So yeah, that's it from me for this video, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and like the video, and if you have something to say, feel free to go in the comment section or maybe into the community tab to share anything you wanted to share. And I hope to see you guys with new content really soon. Bye!